Hi guys, what's up? How are you? I'm Michele Volato and today I'm gonna explain to you how to taste a wine the right way, step by step. This wine is made for people that are approaching the wine world, wine lovers, people that are curious to know, to understand, how to understand better a wine. It is not made for professionists or people that are already in the field. I'm Michele Volato, I'm an Italian sommelier based in London. I started my career in Italy, studying at the prestigious Italian sommelier school, and then I studied in a few international schools in London, and I'm here to help you to sail through the wine and spirit world easily, in a funny way, easy to understand. So if this is the channel that you're looking for, please subscribe to the channel and give the thumb up. Let's start. Okay, so today I'm gonna taste a white wine produced by Frey Brothers from Sonoma, from Russian River, and it is a Chardonnay, classic Chardonnay from California, from Sonoma. So the first step is now to assess the color, understand the color of the wine. So in this case we have a pale yellow white wine. And so the color can already say to me a few things. I can understand, for instance, the more or less the age of the wine that I expect. I can understand if there is any sediment. I'm gonna check how bright it is, if there is any imperfection. And then very important also, it is checking the legs or the tears of the wine. I don't know if you are able to see it now, but basically the tears gives me an understanding of how much alcohol I have in the wine. So as much fast it comes down the glass, the tear of the leg or the leg, give me an indication of how much alcohol there is. So in this case, this Chardonnay, I expect it comes down, I would say it's a medium speed, if we can say in this way, and I would say that is a medium plus viscosity. It is a slang that we use to understand a terminology that we use. So I can expect already that this wine is between 13.5 14% ABV. Another important thing I'm gonna check in the wine if there is any hue variation or any rim variation in the glass. So in this case I can tell you I don't see any hue variation or rim variation. Probably there are just some greenish hue. So that gives me an indication of the age and of the wine. Okay, so now we are going to try to understand the nose of the wine, to the aromas, the flavor is noted that we can feel from this wine. So I'm gonna turn the glass in this way and also in this way. So I'm gonna break the molecules that are in the glass, in the wine. So I have a kind of explosion, metaphorically speaking, of the aromas inside the glass, and I'm going to check. I put my nose inside the glass for a few seconds, not too long, otherwise the alcohol can basically shut down temporarily your feelings. Okay, so a lot of apple, citrusiness, a bit of tropical fruits, bit of white flowers, a bit of spiciness as well. I feel a little bit of vanilla, so that means that probably this wine went through a good passage. I feel a little bit of white spices in general, a bit of nuttiness as well, so probably it went through to a malolactic fermentation or a partial malolactic fermentation. Overall, a very elegant nose, quite intense, so it is really well made in the nose of this wine. So a nice a cheer up to Frey Brothers from Russian River. Okay, so after the sight and the nose, we have tried to understand the palate, so we are going to taste it. Lovely, really well made. So I'm going to assess now the body of the wine. I'm going to assess the sweetness level, if it is sweet, dry, medium dry, or bone dry. I'm going to understand the acidity, and I'm going to understand if there are tannins in this case. So in this case, the wine is bone dry, quite rounded, so the alcohol level is quite high, so it is, I would say, a medium plus. I do expect between 14.5 ABV. Acidity is medium to medium plus, and there are no tannins or very, very little. That is more true use for the red wine, of course. So after the first sip that we went to understand the body, the acidity and the sweetness of the wine, now I'm going to understand the flavor aroma of the wine in the palate as well, okay? If you notice, I do this kind of noise because I put oxygen inside my wine to amplify the feeling and open it up also in the mouth. So I have to say, yes, a bit of tropical fruits, a bit of apple, quince, maybe citrusy notes, a little bit of nuttiness as well. So really well made, quite elegant. So high five to Frey Brothers. And another thing now I'm going to try to understand is the length, okay? So I can do another sip. And I'm going literally to count how long stays the feeling of the wine in my palate. As long as it is, means that there is intensity, there is something in the wine. We do have some wines that sometimes disappear from our palate immediately after a few seconds, but when we have a length between 8 or to 10 seconds or even longer, that means that we are in front of a good wine. So going to the final assessment, we can understand that this wine is quite young. It is indeed 2018, as you can see, from Sonoma Russian River, and that's what we expected when we did the initial assessment of the site. So it is aged in barrel, and there is a partial malolactic fermentation. We went through a feeling of nuttiness, buttery notes, a bit of vanilla. These are all indication of passage in cask and also of malolactic fermentation. The alcohol level is 14 ABV, 14% ABV, as you can see here. And so that more or less we went through and we found all these kind of features in the wine where we were assessing it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you understood exactly how to taste the wine in general. In this case, we had a Chardonnay from Frey Brothers from Sonoma. This is a classic Chardonnay, easy to understand. I hope you understood basically the step-by-step needed to assess a wine, and of course you to understand exactly and to be more practical, you need to practice many times, and so that is basically. So if you are interested in the channel, please subscribe to the channel, give the thumb up to the video, and I'll see you in the next one.